I am so impressed with this bike. I'm going to try and cram this into something really, really short for you. Why is it so impressive? First of all, it feels exactly like a normal bike to me. All my negatives, all my worries of thinking what an e-bike might feel like, totally gone out the window. Eco mode. Okay, the 3 modes: eco mode, trail mode, and boost mode. Eco mode, it's almost like if you turn that on, your battery would just last forever, and basically kind of just making up what feels like it's making up for it being slightly heavier bike. Trail mode, which is what you'll probably have it in most of the time, unbelievable. It makes you feel super fit. It makes you ride with just momentum and flow. One of the biggest things that I've noticed about it is I'm nearly 50, and I'm not a lazy rider. I'm fit. I'm fitter than a lot of people. I wouldn't be buying an e-bike because of that reason. But what it has done is I do get lazy. Like, I definitely wouldn't say I have good endurance, you know what I mean? So you'd be riding along and you put the effort in when you're riding a normal trail and you're pumping and you're working it. I'd get tired quite quickly, and my effort levels of my input into a bike would just sort of die away, and you slouch down, you get a bit lazy. This just negates that completely. It's like you have got incredible fitness and stamina. The energy that you would be powering into the pedals to keep flow and momentum going, the motor is just doing that for you. So all you're doing is using your energy to move the bike around and be active and playful. All the trails I ride are really natural and not man-made at all, so it's proper sketchy riding, loads of decision making to make. Plus the weather we've had has been absolutely horrific. It's been freezing cold, it's been dank, it's been wet, the mud is just insane. I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't have even bothered going out for a ride on my normal analog bike just because of laziness. The e-bike, I went out, loved it. I've squeezed in 6 rides I think over the last week and a half, and it just you get up in the morning, you go, I want to go again. The other thing I've noticed is I come back from a ride and I feel like an even balance now, tiredness wise. My legs feel like a workout, and then as the evening creeps on, I feel my upper body getting way more of a workout than what I would be used to on a normal bike. So that makes me feel really good about the ride, because you can feel what you're doing, but you don't feel like you've been moving weights around, but you obviously have, but you haven't noticed it while you're doing it. So that is a bonus for me. The boost mode is just insane. I've been using that on flat sections, I've been using it on downhill sections and uphill. That is just like a powerhouse of a mode. And one of the main things I've noticed about this bike, and I believe a lot of other e-bikes, is this thing, this overrun that you get. And when you hear someone say overrun, it's basically what they mean is when you're putting, turning a pedal and you're being power assisted by the motor, once you stop pedaling, there is this little overflow of power that keeps on going. So it's like what feels like maybe a second. I don't know if it's over a second or less than a second, but it feels around about a second. Once you stop pedaling, the same amount of power propels you forward. So you can now go into sections, get ready in your flat sort of pedal position, ready for like an obstacle where you can't put a pedal stroke in, but your bike is rolling forward and surging forward as if you were still powering forward. And not only powering with your own normal effort, you're powering with the legs of an Olympian. Like, it is just such an incredible feeling. It's turned flat trails into just insanely fast bits of trail. So now, instead of me sapping my energy and having to put in like 4 or 5 pedal strokes to kind of keep momentum and going, I now put 1, possibly 2 pedal strokes, because now I'm getting 2 pedal strokes of like Olympic power, plus I'm getting probably the feeling of 3 pedal strokes worth of overrun. I'm actually finding myself scrubbing some speed back off after putting the effort in. It's so fast, it's unbelievable. It's turned uphill parts of the trail into like a different beast. It's turned uphills into flat sections, so now you're riding them like with flow and momentum and speed. I'm able to get up things that I normally would stall and just not be able to get up. Also, another thing I've noticed is I'm quite a mechanically sort of, what's the word I'm looking, mechanically sympathetic to all my bikes. I've never been the sort of person who might snap a chain under load, or just, strip a drivetrain because you're just like, putting the power through. I normally, if something's too steep or I've chosen the wrong gear, or if I go into something I'm going to stall, I won't muscle through it. I just kind of like accept defeat, hop off. The e-bike almost puts the extra power through the pedals for you, so you just put in the same amount of effort that you would, and then you're getting the surge from the bike, and you're able to get up and over things. I've noticed it help in ridiculously steep situations. I've noticed it happen on sort of technical bits where you come to a stall and your brain's saying, don't bother putting a pedal stroke in because I've got to think about unclipping and dabbing. You just put that in and the bike just gets over something. So your slow technical trials type riding has just improved that immensely. Using boost on the downhills is just mental. You're talking one pedal stroke and you're able to just like scrub a bunch of speed off into it, like a tight turn, bang on the power again, and you're just off. I am sold. I don't know what else there is to say. And then there is just like the tiny little elephant in the room. Everyone goes, oh, the e-bikes are, the motor, you can hear them clunking a bit, they're a bit noisy. If there was anyone on the planet who was going to be annoyed by that, it would be me, because I hate my bikes making any noise. Everything has to run silent. All I want to hear is my tyres tearing into the ground, and that is it. So I was worried that I was going to be bugged by the noise. I've settled into it. Yeah, it's like a little knocking, but because it's not an issue, it's not a problem, you just kind of just ignore it. It's just like, it's like the guy in front of you who's got a tool rattling around on his bike, or something in your rucksack. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I'm not worried about that at all. And you don't notice it when you're riding at all. It's only when you're kind of like plopping the bike around that you go, oh yeah, there's that knocking motor noise. So I wouldn't even worry about that. Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm just sold. Absolutely sold. I think I've just joined the dark side. I feel dirty.